You love your cat. I know you do. You talk to them like they understand every word. You buy them the fancy food. You let them sleep on your pillow even when they push you halfway off the bed at 3 in the morning. You have done everything you possibly can to make sure they are happy, healthy, and loved. And this is the part that is going to hit you hard today. There is a very good chance that some of the things you are doing every single day, things you think are perfectly fine or even sweet and loving, are actually hurting your cat in ways that don't show up immediately. They don't show up in a vet visit. They don't show up as an obvious injury. They show up slowly, quietly, as stress or pain or behavioral changes that you brush off as your cat just being weird. And by the time you connect the dots, the damage has already been building for months, sometimes years. I have spent years studying cat behavior, working with pet channels, and diving deep into veterinary research, and what I am about to share with you today genuinely changed the way I understood the relationship between cats and the humans who love them. This is not a scare video. This is not me telling you that you are a bad cat parent. You are clearly not bad cat parents. Do not watch videos like this. This is me giving you information that most people never get because nobody talks about it directly. Most content about cats is fluffy and feel good and designed to make you smile, and while there is absolutely a place for that, there is also a place for the honest conversation. Today is that conversation. So let us get into it, because every minute you wait is another minute one of these habits could be affecting the animal that trusts you more than anyone else in the world. Thing number 1, you are free feeding your cat and thinking it is kind. This is probably the most widespread thing that cat owners do. It comes from an incredibly loving place. You fill up the bowl before you go to work, maybe top it off when you get home, and you feel good knowing your cat always has access to food. It feels generous. It feels responsible. It feels like you are making sure they are never hungry. But here is what is actually happening inside your cat's body and brain when food is available around the clock with no structure, no schedule, and no natural rhythm. Cats in the wild, and yes, even your pampered indoor baby still carries every instinct of a wild cat, are hunters. They do not graze. They hunt, they catch, they eat, and then there is a period of rest and waiting before the next hunt. That cycle is not just about calories. It is about mental stimulation, about purpose, about the biological rhythm that keeps a cat physically healthy and mentally sharp. When you remove that cycle by making food constantly available, you eliminate one of the primary sources of psychological engagement in your cat's day. What fills that void is often anxiety, boredom-related behaviors, and overeating that leads to obesity. And feline obesity is not a cosmetic issue. It is a direct pathway to diabetes, joint degeneration, liver disease, and a significantly shortened lifespan. Beyond the physical consequences, free feeding disrupts the social and emotional bond between you and your cat in a way most owners never realize. Meal-fed cats associate their owner's presence with something meaningful, something that matters to their survival. That creates a form of trust and connection that runs deeper than just affection. When you switch to scheduled feeding, even twice a day, you will notice your cat becoming more engaged, more interactive, and often more affectionate. It sounds counterintuitive, but it is backed by behavioral science. Structure is not deprivation. For a cat, structure is love expressed in a language they actually understand. Thing number 2, you are using the wrong litter box setup and your cat is suffering in silence. Here is a statistic that should genuinely disturb you. A massive percentage of litter box avoidance issues, which is a leading cause of cats being surrendered to shelters every single year, come directly from litter box setups that humans designed for human convenience rather than feline comfort. And the saddest part is that your cat cannot tell you the box hurts them or stresses them out. They just start avoiding it, and then you think they have a behavioral problem, and the whole situation spirals. Let us start with covered boxes, because so many people love them and so many cats hate them. You bought the covered box because it hides the smell for you, it looks cleaner in your home, it gives your cat privacy. What you may not know is that covered boxes trap ammonia and odor inside at a concentration that is genuinely overpowering for an animal whose sense of smell is roughly 14 times more sensitive than yours. Imagine using a porta potty that has never been cleaned and has no ventilation. That is what a covered litter box with day-old litter smells like to your cat. Many cats will hold it rather than go in there, and chronic urine retention in cats leads to serious urinary tract disease. Then there's the size issue. Most commercially available litter boxes are too small for an adult cat to comfortably turn around in. The general rule, and most vets will back this up, is that the box should be 1.5 times the length of your cat from nose to the base of their tail. Most standard boxes do not come close to that. And if you have a senior cat or a cat with arthritis, the entry height of the box matters enormously. High sides that were never a problem at age 3 become a painful obstacle at age 11. Your cat may be avoiding the box not because they are being difficult but because climbing in hurts them and they have no other way to tell you. Thing number 3, you are punishing your cat and destroying their trust without realizing it. Punishment-based training is something most cat owners think they do not do. And then I describe what punishment actually looks like with cats, and the room goes very quiet. Because it is not always what you picture. It is not always harsh or deliberate. Sometimes it is a squirt bottle kept on the counter. Sometimes it is a sharp no when they knock something off the table. Sometimes it is picking them up and physically removing them from somewhere they are not supposed to be, with a firm tone and tense body language. All of these things feel like reasonable responses to unwanted behavior. Thing number 4, you are ignoring the signals your cat sends when they need space. American cat culture, and I say this with enormous love for every cat person watching this, has been heavily shaped by the idea of the affectionate, cuddly, lap-sitting cat as the gold standard. And while many cats genuinely are that way, many cats are not, and the pressure to have a cat that tolerates and welcomes physical affection on the human's timeline has led to an enormous amount of unintentional boundary violation that damages cats in real and measurable ways. Your cat has a communication system that is sophisticated, nuanced, and almost entirely overlooked by casual observers. A slowly twitching tail tip during petting is not contentment. It is an early warning. Flattened ears during a cuddle session are not relaxation. They are a signal that your cat is tolerating something they are not comfortable with. Dilated pupils, a tense body, a tail tucked low, these are all your cat clearly saying, "I need this to stop," in the only language available to them. When humans consistently override those signals because the cat is not actively scratching or biting, cats learn that soft communication does not work. And so they escalate. The scratch that came out of nowhere almost never came out of nowhere. It came after 10 ignored whispers. Learning to read your cat's body language and respect what it tells you does not make your cat less affectionate. It does the opposite. When cats learn that they can trust you to hear their no, they become dramatically more willing to offer their yes. The cats that voluntarily climb into laps, that seek out their owners, that initiate contact and hold it for long stretches, those are almost universally cats whose humans have consistently respected their space signals. Consent-based interaction with cats is not a trend. It is the science of how feline trust actually works.